Welcome to Sacrilegious Discourse.
For this is what the Sovereign Lord says.
Why do you need prophets to tell people who you are and what you want?
If you can justify everything that the God of the Bible has done, then you can justify any of your behavior.
A lot of this mentality is trickling into what is now mainstream right-wing Christianity.
I am capable of empathy greater than this God of the Bible.
This is a Bible that they tell kids. This is the good Lord. This is the good book. He is fantasizing about murder, mass murder.
Head over to sacrilegiousdiscourse.com right now to find out how to leave us a review or support us on Patreon.
Hey there, sinners and saints. It's your favorite Bible-bashing duo from Sacrilegious Discourse, and we need your help.
That's right, folks. We're raising funds for some heavenly equipment and a studio that doesn't sound like it's in the depths of hell.
Our current setup, let's just say it's more apocalypse than audiophile.
So if you want to hear us dissect the Bible without the background noise of demonic squirrels, chip in a few bucks.
We're aiming for $5,000 to upgrade our audio and build a studio worthy of blasphemous banter.
Donate today and help us spread the good word of atheism.
You can find a link right on our homepage, sacrilegiousdiscourse.com. Every dollar counts.
Even if it's from your collection plate. Husband!
Wife!
Guess what we're doing today?
Well, this is the first time we are going to be doing a Q&A since we stopped doing them.
Right, yes. We are going to do a Q&A over the first 7 chapters of First Maccabees because we had questions.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
A lot of fucking questions.
Yeah,
And
but I have answers.
That's awesome because I was lost as
I know.
fuck.
I know.
And it made us realize, like, we hadn't really been doing Bible reading for a bit, and we forgot that we used to do Q&As, kind of.
Because we forgot that we used to be confused. Fox.
Right, yeah, but then we got so confused, we're like, oh, yeah, that's why we did those. So we're back to it.
Remember when we used to do Q&As?
Yeah, yeah.
So we're going to do one now.
All right, let's do it.
Okie dokie. All right, so here we are jumping into a Q&A over chapters 1 through 7 of First Maccabees.
Yeah.
And our first question.
Okay.
Do you remember it?
How would I remember what you wrote down the questions?
No,
I don't
you
know.
wrote down the questions.
That was from like the last couple of chapters. We're doing first through.
No, you're right. You're right.
So how would I know this is the first question?
All right. The first question that we had was, is Eupator related to Jupiter?
Right.
The short answer is no.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Which I was really disappointed.
Jupiter, no Jupiter.
Exactly.
Okay.
So Eupator, just to remind you, was the successor to Antiochus IV Epiphanes.
Right.
And so Eupator is Antiochus V.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
His name comes from Greek, not Latin. Okay. Jupiter came from the Latin.
Got it.
So the EU for Eupator means good or noble. And we all know what pater means. Pater. It's father.
Ah.
You know, like
I didn't know that.
You didn't know pater is father?
No, I didn't.
Oh my God.
I'm betting I'm not the only person.
I just assumed everybody knew that. It's like pater. Pater is father. Like that's...
Yeah, I don't call my pater very often, so you don't. I guess that's probably why.
It's just
I don't know what it means. Maybe.
Okay, well,
apparently it's a thing. Like, do people just like say, "Hey, pater, what's up?"
No, but it's like pater and Vader both mean father, and like Darth Vader, everybody now is like, it was so obvious.
I didn't know that till just now.
Are you serious?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Star Wars fans everywhere are shaking their fists at you.
Yeah,
Seriously,
I'm sure. And I literally was the first movie I saw when I was born.
Right.
So,
but they're shaking their fists at you right now because in retrospect, it's so obvious that Darth Vader was Luke's father. Sure. Because Darth Vader literally is translated to mean dark father.
I didn't know that was... I didn't know.
Okay.
I don't read the fan stuff, like it's...
So that's a thing.
I gather. You just told me.
So that's Vader, and Pater is also
I knew
one of those
neither
common...
Pater or Vader.
Okay. Well, it means father. and eu means good or noble. So Eupator means literally he is of a noble father. So not only did Antiochus IV be like, I'm an epiphany, I'm awesome.
Yeah.
And my son, he is the son of awesome me.
Wow.
Yeah. That I named him son of awesome me. That's literally what he did. Yeah. You know what your name is, husband? Spouse of awesome wife. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like when people walk up to you on the street, they're not like, oh, there goes husband. They're like, oh, there goes the spouse of awesome wife.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So that was the first question.
I'm a husband and a pater.
You are.
Yeah.
That's cute. And I'm a mater. You're a pater and I'm a mater. That's
Is that
cute.
actually a word, or did you just make that? Oh, I didn't know.
I'm like always surprised when you don't know the same things I know, because usually you know so much more than I do.
But not about weird random shit.
That's just language things. So I just assumed that you knew them for some reason. I don't know. Okay, well, anyway, now we both know it.
Now we both know.
You probably will forget it because you're like that, but I won't.
I absolutely will.
Because as soon as I read that, I was like, I knew that. That makes sense. Duh. Okay. The second question that we had, though, moving on. Okay. When they are talking about like the countdown, like in the 100 and something years, and we're like, from when?
Right.
What are you talking about?
Right.
And that was like a big question that we had. Well, apparently that's like a really common question. So good on us.
Yeah.
For being confused and in the normal way.
We had a good question.
Yeah, we were confused like the way people should be.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's the thing: the Seleucid Era, the Greeks, begins in 312 BCE. Okay. And that happened when Seleucus I Nicator, when he retook Babylon. Okay.
All right.
So this is like having to do literally with what we're reading right now.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that is considered the founding moment when Nicator took over, when he retook Babylon. That is considered the founding moment of the Seleucid Empire.
Oh.
Okay. So every single date in First Maccabees uses the Seleucid Era, SE, and it's also called Anno Graecorum, whatever.
Sure.
That's the Latin.
Okay.
And so every single time that First Maccabees mentions in the 100 and whatever year, they're talking about from this moment.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So here's the thing, though. Oh, okay. So they're counting down from like 312 to 311 BCE.
Sure.
Okay. But here's the thing. The Syrians counted the year from autumn to autumn.
Okay.
Okay. Like current day, you and I, the calendar that we use is basically winter to winter.
Yeah.
Right? Like January to December is winter to winter.
Right.
Okay. The Syrians did theirs autumn to autumn. So their year would have started around October in 312 BCE. But the Babylonians, and then by extension the Jews, they counted their year from spring to spring. So like around April 311.
That feels naturally better.
Right? Because it's the beginning. Yeah.
Fresh starts.
Although I will say autumn, I'm not opposed, because autumn is like when you're harvesting and there's a lot of celebration, and that's when you have your big like last hoorah before winter, right?
Right.
And so it's like a natural beginning and end to a year.
Sure.
I'm not saying
I can see it as a good end to a year, but like it doesn't feel like a good beginning because you go right into winter, which is miserable.
Well, I agree with you, but also I don't know if you know this, like a lot of people like in the planner or productivity communities, they consider September as the second January, because that's when the school year starts and that's when activities ramp up.
I think we should just track from spring until autumn and call winter the lost months.
I totally agree with that. I do. I agree with that. I'm just saying, like, I can see why autumn to autumn, like, that makes sense for...
Sure.
I have mom brain.
Yeah.
So I'm automatically predisposed to think of autumn as a second January.
I don't feel like they were buying a lot of trapper keepers back in those days, though.
No, but to me it makes sense. Like, yes, autumn is when we get busy. It's when, if we were farmers, we'd be harvesting. We'd be very active.
Right.
So it just makes sense to me.
Sure.
I'm saying I can buy it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but because of that, because we're going from either autumn to autumn in October 312 BCE versus spring to spring in April 311 BC, we're going to have a difference. It's going to cause a 1 year offset sometimes because they don't line up exactly the same.
Sure.
They overlap. So they're still counting from that same 312 or 311 BCE point.
So obviously different authors.
Well,
probably.
No, it just depending. What I'm trying to say is, what am I trying to say? Okay, what I'm trying to say is, let me just say this, okay?
Okay.
When First Maccabees says, in the 137th year, Antiochus IV Epiphanes becomes king. Sorry. Okay, let me read that again. In the 137th year, Antiochus IV Epiphanes becomes king.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is what that means. We're talking about 137 SE, Seleucid year. Okay.
Yeah.
What that means is it's either 175 or 174 BCE, depending on which calendar we're using.
Okay.
Okay. First Maccabees was all one author. I'm not saying it was different authors. I'm saying we don't know
I see. Whatever time frame they were using, we're not sure which one it was.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Not that they were using multiple in the same book.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. All right.
No, they were always counting down from this time period.
Got it.
From when Nicodor retook Babylon.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was either 175 or 174 BCE.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Similarly, in the 148th year, the temple was rededicated, which became the origin of Hanukkah, right? That was in the 148th year, means 148 SE for Seleucid Era.
Yeah.
Okay. Which means either 164 or 163 BCE.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's just like a translation issue, and we're just not sure.
Right.
Okay. So there's the years.
Okay.
Okay. You good with these two questions so far?
I'm good.
Okay. The next question is a bit more lengthy. What the fuck even happened in chapter 7 with all the pronouns?
Yeah.
Right?
That was
Who
some fucked
killed
up shit.
whom was our big question.
Yeah.
What is happening? Who's doing what? Who killed whom?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
like we even went back to like reread it and we couldn't figure it out.
I tried to reread it with the he means this guy versus he means that guy, and then I switched them, and didn't make any sense.
Right.
I have a summary now.
Okay.
And apparently this is the muddiest chapter in all of First Maccabees.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's perfectly fine that we didn't get it because it sucks. It's poorly written and it sucks.
I thought that was perfectly obvious though.
But it makes me feel like vindicated to know that, okay, I'm not just a dum-dum because I didn't get it.
Right.
Like, okay, no. People who study this shit had a hard time with it.
Right.
Okay. So here's the breakdown. Okay. This is the people in chapter 7 from the Seleucids, which is the Greek Syrian Empire.
Yeah.
Include Antiochus V Eupator. He's the child king who has just died.
Okay.
Demetrius I. He's the rightful heir. He escapes Rome and he seizes the throne.
Yeah.
Alcimus, whom we were calling Albus Dumbledore.
Right.
He's the high priest wannabe. He is a Jewish collaborator loyal to the Seleucids.
Yeah.
So he was like a
I thought I had gathered most of that, but like it still didn't make sense.
Right. No, I'm gonna get into it in just a second. Just stay with me, okay?
Yeah.
I'm trying to do a recap of the people before I do the thing.
Sure.
Okay. So we've got Bacchides, and he was the Seleucid general and governor of Judea.
Okay.
the Seleucid
I think this is partly what made it so difficult too, is that there were so many people mixed in with all the pronouns that it was like, who the fuck are they even talking about?
Right. And like, I couldn't remember sometimes. Wait, are you on Judea's side or are you on?
Right.
Are you a Greek Seleucid guy?
Yeah.
That made it really hard.
Oh yeah.
And like here, Bacchides is the Seleucid general, but he's the governor of Judea.
Right.
So that made it confusing, right?
Yeah.
But no, he's a Greek guy.
Okay. Yeah.
Nicanor, he's another Seleucid general sent to crush Judas.
Yeah.
Judas Maccabeus.
Right.
Okay. So those are all the Seleucid guys.
Sure.
Okay. Now we've got the Jewish people, and it's a real short list. We've got Judas Maccabeus. He's the leader of the Jewish revolt, which we know that.
Yeah.
Okay. The Hasidians, they're the pious group. They're the foolish ones.
Yeah.
They just want peace. They're too trusting. Okay. They're kind of dumb.
Sure.
Okay. And then we've got Judas's followers, the Maccabees.
Sure. Right.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
That's it. That's all the people.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So basically, if it ain't Judas and it ain't the group of Maccabees and it ain't the Hasidians,
then it's the Greeks.
then it's the Greeks.
Got it.
The Seleucids.
Yeah.
Okay. That like really helps me actually.
Sure.
Okay. So here's what happens. In verses 1 through 4, Demetrius, do you remember who he was?
He was the guy that was usurping the throne.
He's the rightful heir.
Rightful heir.
But he seizes the throne. He
Okay.
escaped Rome and seized the throne.
Got it.
Okay. He escaped Rome. He takes the throne from Antiochus V and kills him and his guardian Lysias.
Got it.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so Demetrius I becomes king.
Okay.
He goes from Demetrius to Demetrius I.
Got it.
Okay. He's
Yeah.
like, I'm the king now.
Right.
Okay. Then in verses 5 through 7, Albus Dumbledore, Alcimus, he's a Jewish priestly descendant of Aaron.
But a traitor.
Right. He goes to Demetrius and he snitches on Judas.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
Then Albus claims that Judas is causing chaos and he's killing pro-Seleucid Jews, which isn't entirely untrue.
Right.
But like also there's a reason for it.
Sure. Because they were their enemy.
Yeah.
I mean, at least as they've set it up in this book.
Right. As they set it up in this book, it's like, well, but you tried, you being the world.
It was Antiochus.
Yeah.
Or, whoever, Eupator, and, before that it was Epiphanes and whatever.
Right.
But, like, it was the Antiochuses.
Y'all are knocking down our fucking churches and shit, and you're not letting us be Jewish and practice our Jewish ways.
And your name might be Demetrius the First, but you're still Greek, right?
Yeah. So kind of fuck off. Yeah. So, yeah. But Alcimus is like, this is the guy who's causing you trouble, though.
Sure.
So Alcimus wants power. He specifically wants the high priesthood.
Yeah.
Which is so funny because I'm like, do you want the high priesthood? Because you just are literally like fighting against the very people that could grant that to you.
Well, it depends on who won, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if Demetrius won, then obviously this guy would have been high priest.
High priest of what?
The land that they rule.
No, high priest of who, I guess. He's not going to be high priest of any Jews.
Well, the people, they would be forced to go. It's more of a political appointment at that point than it is a religious appointment.
Right.
And you get offerings brought to you, and that's good for your bank account or your meat bank account.
Right.
Whatever the fuck you have back then,
Right.
But it's good because he'd be rich, essentially. Like a high priest would be a rich person in that culture.
It just strikes me that there wouldn't be any people left to follow his religion.
Unless Demetrius forced them, said you have to go and you have to go do these are the things you need to do. This guy's in charge of you for religious things and you have to show up there.
But they've just killed them
or you'll
all.
be punished.
I guess I'm just not understanding. Cause,
you never kill them all. You know that.
Well, yeah, that's true. That is true. Also, I could see why the Jewish people would not want to celebrate this book because this guy that's the shit, he is the descendant of Aaron, supposedly.
Yeah.
Like,
that's not
ouch.
a good look. Yeah.
Oof.
Although
Yeah,
God did kill
cool.
Aaron's sons.
He did.
So.
Yep. All right. So then in verses 8 through 14, Demetrius I sends Bacchides with a military force. And Bacchides appoints that little bitch Alcimus as high priest.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Which is exactly what...
So he got the appointment.
Yeah. That's what Albus Dumbledore wanted.
Yeah.
Okay. Many wicked Jews join Albus.
Wicked. People who don't want to die at the Greeks' hands.
Yes.
They are wicked. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm saying from the first Maccabees point of view.
Yeah.
Many wicked Jews join Albus.
I would really, really fucking hate to be just a normal human being back then.
Right.
Because, like, honestly, what are you supposed to fucking do?
Right.
Like, you can't win for losing.
You don't have the internet, so you can't see how other people feel about this.
Guys, I'm sorry, his sword was nearer than yours, so I just went that way. Because I didn't have a choice, you know? I don't really want to die again. Like,
much like my ancestors, I'm just trying to fucking farm over here.
Look, dude, you got the big sword now, so I'm happy to switch sides again. I just don't want to die. Can we arrange that?
It's not that I'm a mercenary, because I'm not like for hire to the greatest pay. What I am is a human that wants to live, and so whose time and soul is easily bought. If it buys me one more minute to not be fucked with. Yeah.
I'm just trying to figure out which side's going to win. And, you know, so far, I don't know. So can you just not kill me?
It's not that I'm wicked. I just don't want to die.
Right.
Sorry. So the foolish Hasidians, which is the peaceful idealist group.
Foolish Hasidians.
Yeah. Well, I'm the one that named them that.
Right. I know.
Okay. In my notes, I was like, I'm always going to call them the foolish Hasidians. There is
a branch of, like, they're called Hasidic Jews. Like, they're a more Orthodox group, I think.
Interesting.
I could be wrong about that. Like, I don't want to, like, pronounce that I know everything about that group, but I feel like they are one of the more Orthodox groups right now. So
interesting. I'd
be interested in the connection.
Yeah, same. Yeah. So, okay, they believe that Alcimus is legit, given that he's a priestly descendant of Aaron and all.
Right.
So they're like, yeah, we're totally on your side.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. They weren't just trying to live, I guess. They were like very excited about him being related to Aaron.
Right.
But and also.
But
both things can be true.
Right. But they also base a lot of things on heritage, like on who you are related to. So I can see that being a big deal.
Right. So for some, probably like half of them were like, I don't care, I just don't want to die. And then the other half were like, well, I mean, he is related to Aaron.
Right. Yeah.
So, I don't know, were they evil? I don't see either group as being evil.
How many times, you know how we've talked about how there's always, like, when the prophets were profiting, right?
Yeah, which one do you believe?
Yeah, which one do you fucking believe? You just, like, there is no way to gauge who's more right. You just have to take their fucking word for it.
Exactly.
And this guy is a descendant of Aaron. And based on, like, logistics that they usually use to base importance, that's a pretty important marker in my book. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think either side of the people following Alcimus are evil Jews.
Right, yeah.
Some just want to live, and some are actually impressed by the fact that he's a descendant of Aaron.
Sure.
And maybe some are both.
Right.
Like, this is convenient. I don't want to die, and I'm very excited about you.
Yeah.
So, but this is where everything goes to hell for the foolish Hasidians.
Right.
Okay, because they're like, okay, yay, we're with you. Okay?
Right, yeah.
Okay, so then in verses 15 through 18, Alcimus invites a group of the foolish Hasidians to a peace summit, a meeting, okay?
Okay.
And the foolish Hasidians, of course, trust Alcimus.
Yeah.
And Alcimus has the foolish Hasidians murdered. So that's who killed whom in that particular section.
Why did he kill the Hasidians again?
Because
I thought they were like
foolish.
on his side.
They were foolish.
Okay. I'm still a little lost.
I don't know why, other than he's like trying to be like, fuck these Jewish people that I am one of.
Got it.
I don't know. Maybe he's like trying to prove his loyalty to the Seleucids by having...
assert dominance, maybe?
Yeah, probably.
Right? Yeah.
Probably. Okay, so then in verses 19 through 22, Bacchides returns to King Demetrius the First.
Okay. All right.
Alcimus fights Judas for control of Jerusalem.
The high priest fights Judas.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All
yeah,
right.
I did not know that happened because there were too many he, they, them.
Yeah. No, I didn't gather that either.
Yeah. So Alcimus is like, I want Jerusalem. And Judas is like, fuck you.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quote unquote wicked men defect to Alcimus. So again, I don't know. Were they wicked? But the faithful Jews stay with Judas.
Right.
I don't know that they were faithful Jews any more than the ones that went with Alcimus were wicked.
No, but the
one
book,
could be said for either one was wicked or good.
But the book that was written by the winners says that they were faithful, so they must have been.
Right.
You know, obviously.
But I'm just saying, like, from the perspective of history looking back, one could say that the ones that were loyal to Judas going against the descendant of motherfucking Aaron, maybe they were the ones that were the wicked Jews.
One could look back in history and not give a shit about faithfulness at all and just look at the fact that they were fighting each other.
True. That is true.
Right.
All right. So we've got some going with Alcimus and some going with Judas, and each of them declaring, we're awesome, you're wicked.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Judas responds, and the conflict reignites because Judas is like, no.
Right.
Then the Alcimus versus Judas showdown begins.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So
I want to preface before we get into that, that I think Judas is a little bit of a hothead and very righteous about what it means to be a good Jewish person.
Yeah.
So I don't know that he's exactly always right.
No, he's not.
He just is very zealous about his feelings.
You having said that kind of reminds me of two things. One is, I can't remember what it's called, but it went up for an Oscar this last time. And it was the 4-hour Adrian Brody. I can't remember his name. Aiden Brody, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
That movie. And there was a scene in it. It was literally 4 hours long. Like there's an intermission in the middle of it. I saw it in theater.
Yeah.
And there's like an intermission in the middle of the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, there's a scene in it where some of the Jews that had come to America to, they were refugees.
Yeah.
They start a business and create a life for themselves and everything. And, they're just trying to fit in and whatnot.
Sure.
And then their children, they kind of become Americanized-ish.
Sure.
But they aren't like really loving it. So they want to go back to like the old country or whatever.
Okay.
But the old people, they're like, no, we're good. We're going to stay here. We saw what happened. Like,
yeah,
we fled for a reason.
Sure.
And so then the younger ones are like, talking about being good Jews and doing things going back to their heritage and doing things the right way. And the parents are taken aback, like, excuse you, good Jews? Like, who gets to decide? Like, are you saying that we're not good Jews?
Right.
And like that scene hit me like a fucking brick because it was just a reminder that every single group is like, it's not a monolith, and then so that made me think of the second thing, which is the whole different Jews today, like the Zionists or the Israelis or not the Israelis, the people in Israel and
Palestinians?
the American Christians that are like, we have to protect Israel, blah blah blah. And like how there are Zionists who are like all for the violence that's happening over there versus other Jewish people that are like, yeah, but let's not.
Right.
Like it just, I don't know, like it all is so full circle to me. And just like we keep repeating this shit of there's different groups of different people that sometimes even believe in the same God. Yeah. The same God, but they're willing to kill each other. and like bring the rest of us along for the fucking ride.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know. That was just that movie and what's happening between Israel and Palestine and the Jews in America versus the Jews in other countries. And I would say that
more fights, I don't know this for a fact, but I would say that it's probably true that there's been more fights over the same God than there have been over different gods.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
In the history of the world.
That, I don't know. That sounds right. That feels right.
It feels right. It feels right. I don't know that to be true. But
no, but it feels right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So anyways, in the next section, verses 23 through 30, Demetrius I, the king guy, he hears that Judas is gaining power. And he's like, oh, shit.
Okay.
So he sends Nicanor to kill Judas.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Nicanor initially tries diplomacy, but Judas refuses to submit. Nicanor, at this moment, he becomes the main antagonist.
Got it.
Okay?
Yeah.
Because Judas is like, nope. And Nicanor's like, I was trying to be nice. Why can't we all just get along?
Right.
Why can't we just forget all of the evil that apparently happened in a vacuum and start over from here?
Right.
Yeah. So then in verses 31 through 38, Nicanor turns on Judas and tries to seize him by force. Nicanor is like losing, so then he flees to Beth Horon when he gets attacked. He becomes sacrilegious and arrogant, and he threatens the priests there. If you don't hand Judas over now, I'm going to burn this fucking temple.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that was Nicanor with his reaction to Judas beating the fuck out of him.
Okay? Yeah.
The priests there then pray that God will repay Nicanor for his blasphemy.
Right.
So that's what that was about. Okay?
All right.
Verses 39 through 41, we're coming to the end of this whole chapter.
Sure.
This is a lot that happened in this chapter.
All right.
The battle between Judas and Nicanor begins at Kafar Salama.
Okay.
I still can't say it. I couldn't say it then and I can't say it now. But that's when the big battle begins.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Judas's troops are outnumbered, so they too pray to God.
Sure.
Please help us murder. We love it.
Right.
And they recall past victories where praying was awesome.
Yes.
And helped them.
Yes.
Because God loves a good bloodshed.
Right.
Okay. All right. Finishing off this chapter, verses 42 through 47. Judas launches a decisive attack and he kills Nicanor in battle.
Yeah.
Okay. Judas's troops rout the Seleucids, chopping off Nicanor's head and right hand.
Yeah.
And then Jerusalem celebrates Nicanor's defeat annually, which is Nicanor's Day. And that leads to our next question.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are we good on chapter 7 now? I feel a lot better. There was a lot of back and forth. And basically, Judas fought a lot of people.
Sure.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Our last question was, so is Nicanor's Day still celebrated to this day?
Right.
Okay. The short answer is not really. No.
Okay. All right.
No, it's not generally celebrated today.
Yeah.
It doesn't show up on any like big calendars or anything.
Right.
The people at the time rejoiced greatly, and they decreed that the 13th month or the 13th of the month Adar should be observed annually in commemoration of the victory. And remember, I told you I thought Adar was synonymous with either April or sometime in spring.
Yeah.
I was right, just to be clear.
Got it. Okay.
It wasn't April, but it was spring. It was March a lot of times.
Sure.
Okay. So Nicanor's Day, which was the 13th of Adar, was added among many Jewish commemorative days, and it was listed in the ancient holiday register.
Okay.
So for a long time, it was on the register as a major holiday.
Right.
But over time, as Jewish religious authority became dominated by rabbinic leadership, like post-temple, post-second temple period.
Okay.
The festival calendar was like pruned down because they had like a lot of fucking holidays.
Sure.
And so they were like, maybe this one where we chopped off a guy's head and right hand, like maybe not.
Right.
And also like he was fighting for the guy that was Aaron's descendant. So what if we just don't with this holiday?
Right. Yeah.
You know, like let's just forget about it.
Yeah.
Many of the holidays in the ancient holiday register were abandoned. So not just Nicanor's Day. A lot of them were.
Okay.
Only a few, notably Purim and Hanukkah, remained widely observed after that great pruning.
My understanding that Purim falls basically the day after the day of Nicanor.
It does.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah.
It does.
I was curious right after the show, so I did a little bit of research. But
yeah. So that's how we can tell when it falls today. Which I will get to in a minute.
Right.
By about the 7th century or earlier, there is, quote unquote, no trace whatsoever of the Jewish tradition of continuing to celebrate Nicanor's Day.
Got it.
So there was no more celebration.
Right.
In part, this seems to reflect a discomfort with what the holiday was commemorating, the violent defeat of a Seleucid general and the mutilation of his body.
So if you're like a Jewish teenager and you want to rebel against your parents, you could like celebrate the day of Nicanor.
Yeah. And I will tell you when it is in just a minute. Later rabbinic ethos appears to have deemed such celebrations as like super improper. Like, I don't know about all that. Like it made them very squeamish.
Sure.
Okay. Some modern writers and small groups, especially among those who take a historistic or Bible roots interest in Maccabean history, they might mention Nicanor's Day. So, like, if you're like seriously studying this specific time period,
right,
or this specific group, or whatever, like you're basically an academic or a historian, right?
Yeah,
they'll mention it as like a lost holiday, and they might privately note 13th Adar as a commemorative date.
Sure.
But that's like basically what you're going to see about it. There's no mainstream or communal Jewish observation of it.
Right.
Okay.
It's like National Cheesecake Day.
No, it's not even National Cheesecake Day because like we might look on our calendar and be like, oh, did you know that there's a Cheesecake Day?
Right.
And then and like we're excited about it. This is not even something that they would like look at a calendar and see that it appears on.
Okay.
Because it wouldn't.
Got it.
Like, only historians are going to, like, look into this.
Got it. So what you're saying is that Talk Like a Pirate Day is way more popular than
Nicanor's Day.
Nicanor's Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's not even part of their, like, standard liturgy or holiday practice or anything.
Right.
Jewish communal calendars, synagogues, they don't mark it.
Got it.
None of that.
Yeah.
Okay. Today, it only exists as a historical footnote of minor interest for those studying the Maccabean period.
Okay.
That's it. Okay. It's a movable date because, remember, it follows the Hebrew lunar calendar.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So on the modern Gregorian calendar, it's going to fall on a different day each year. But it's easy to calculate even today because, as you pointed out, it occurs on the day before Purim, which we still track.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So Purim is always on the 14th of Adar.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever date Purim falls on for any given year, just go back one day. So this year, for example, it would have been on March 12th.
Right.
Next year, if we want to celebrate Nicanor's Day with our giant foam hand and our fake head, it'll be on March 3rd.
Okay.
Okay?
I think that everybody should go get a giant fake head and a foam hand and set it beside their city. Beside their city.
Beside your city, beside your house, whatever you feel comfortable and safe
maybe
doing.
you could even like start an atheist gathering.
Oh my God.
Or Jewish gathering, whichever you prefer. But it would be fun to do an atheist gathering where you just set a head and a foam hand beside your city. Yeah. And you can all meet out there and just put up, a head and a foam hand.
And then when the police come and be like,
we're celebrating a Jewish holiday.
It's Nicanor's Day. What? You know Nicanor's Day. The Maccabees. Hello?
Right, yeah.
So that is all I have for our Q&A.
Okay.
We now know what the fuck happened. We know when it happened. We know who killed whom.
Right.
We know what Nicanor's Day is, whether it's still celebrated, and
when it is.
Yeah. And that Jupiter and Eupator are not related.
Correct. Yeah.
And that Darth Vader means Dark Father.
Yeah, and Pater. Pater is Pater's father also.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that Epiphanes was real fucking arrogant.
Yes.
I'm awesome, so I'm naming my kid Son of Awesome. I mean, that's crazy.
It is. I agree.
All right, so we learned a lot here today. I feel really solid about this Q&A.
Was that all you had for us?
That is all I have for us.
Okay. So that was our Q&A for First Maccabees, chapters 1 through 7.
Correct.
And we'll be back sometime later.
Next
in
time.
Another place, in another time, in another episode.
Sure as fuck will.
With First Maccabees chapter
8.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Hey, wife, I guess that's the end?
But husband, that's just sad.
It doesn't have to be. We are on lots of social media platforms like Twitter. Our handle there is sacrilegious_D.
For D's nuts.
Oh my God. Stop doing that. Anyway, we're also on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest. There's a link to all of our social media sites at our website.
Ooh, we have a website?
Yeah, it's sacrilegiousdiscourse.com, where you can also find a link to our merch shop.
We have a merch shop?
Yep, we have podcast-themed clothing, mugs, notebooks, and more, as well as an atheist and science-themed products.
Wow, our fans should really go check that out right now.
Definitely. They can get in touch with us by sending an email to sacrilegiousdiscourse@gmail.com. But before they do that, we could really use some help.
Oh yeah? With what?
Well, it's not free running the podcast, and we need some financial support in order to get better equipment, which will free up time so we can concentrate on our podcast and our fans.
Okay, so what should they do?
Head over to patreon.com/sacrilegiousdiscourse and sign up as a contributor on our podcast. Supporters there receive additional bi-weekly episodes that we record just for our Patreon members for as little as $2 a month.
Also, we'd really appreciate it if you would like and subscribe on whatever platform you're using.
And Apple Podcast reviews help us out tremendously.
Like and subscribe. Leave an Apple review. Join us on Twitter. Support us on Patreon. That's a lot of instructions. Don't forget to say thanks.
Thanks.
Okay, bye.